Hello, I am Fatimata Zuhra, Assistant Professor in the Department of Home Science, Korambail Ahmadaji Memorial Unity Women's College, Manjeri, Kerala. This video is about the toxic constituents of pulses. Pulses are important component of our diet and they are rich source of protein. Pulses are otherwise called as poor man's meat. These protein-rich pulses contain some substances which are toxic in such a way that they act as anti-nutritional factors. The various toxic constituents in pulses are trypsin inhibitors, lathyrogens, favism causing toxins, hemagglutinin, cyanogenic glycoside, saponins, goitrogens, and tannins. Let us see these toxic substances in detail. The first one is trypsin inhibitor. Trypsin inhibitor is a protein that inhibits the action of trypsin. We know trypsin is an enzyme that is secreted in the small intestine, helping in the digestion of protein. So when trypsin inhibitor is present, the activity of trypsin is affected and hence the digestibility of dietary proteins are impaired. Thus, the digestibility and absorption of proteins will become poor, and this results in the enlargement of pancreas and growth retardation in animals. Moreover, the release of essential amino acid methionine is hampered because of the trypsin inhibitor. The trypsin inhibitor is present in almost all the pulses and grams, like our common Bengal gram, cowpea, red gram, soybean, etc. So trypsin inhibitor can be removed by the mere cooking process. So by means of pressure cooking or autoclaving at 120 degrees centigrade for 15 to 30 minutes will inactivate all the trypsin inhibitors. Soybean and kidney bean may need some more drastic heat treatments, but all these trypsin inhibitors, since they are proteins, can be inactivated during the process of heating. So by cooking at high temperature and pressure, the trypsin inhibitors can be inactivated. Next toxic substance is lathyrogens. Lathyrogens causes a nervous disease called lathyrism that cripples man It happens among the people, especially men, in the age group of 15 to 45 years who consume the pulse Lathyrus sativus in excess amounts. So this nervous disease that affects spinal cord, it happens only in case of people who have excessive consumption of this Lathyrus sativus. Lathyrus sativus is usually cultivated in areas like Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. So the excessive consumption leads to muscular rigidity, weakness and paralysis of leg muscle. So in the first stage, because of the muscular rigidity, the affected person walks with short steps and jerky movements. So the person may remain in this stage itself or may move on to the further stages when the disease worsens. So the first stage is otherwise called as non-stick stage. The person can walk, but his steps are short and jerky. And he may enter into the second stage where the muscular stiffness increases further and he walks by tilting his pelvic portion, and in order to balance his body he needs a stick, the support of a stick. So that stage is called as one stick stage. And further, the muscular rigidity may increase more, and because of the stiffness in the leg muscles, the person requires two sticks to balance, to support his body, and this is two stick stage. And in the final stage, the muscular rigidity is the worst and there is complete paralysis, and the person will be unable to walk and gets reduced to crawling for moving from one place to another place. So these letharogens can be prevented by steeping and parboiling the pulse. You can steep overnight, then parboil, and then wash it thoroughly dry. By this method, we can remove 80 to 90% of the toxin. So the neurotoxin responsible for letharism is beta-N oxalyl L-alpha beta diaminopropionic acid. So this component in Lathyrus sativus, which is nothing but the caseridol, okay, the local name is caseridol. So this neurotoxin present in that dol, it causes this nervous disease. Next toxic substance is favism causing toxin. The causative substances are resin, co-resin, and dihydroxyphenylalanine, which is commonly called as TOPA. Okay, these are present in broad beans, faba beans, and they cause the favism disease, which is characterized by hemolytic anemia. And favism occurs in individuals who are deficient in glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme. So when these people consume faba beans or broad beans containing these toxins, they may end up in hemolytic anemia, that is favism. They reduce the glutathione in the RBC. However, we can overcome these toxins by means of germination and our normal cooking process involving boiling. So germination and boiling reduces these toxic substances. Another interesting toxic substance in pulses is cyanogenic glycoside. Almost all pulses and grams contain cyanogenic glycoside, but almost they are present in the safe limit of 10 to 20 milligram per 100 gram of pulse. So cyanogenic glycoside, it yields hydrocyanic acid upon hydrolysis by an enzyme present in foodstuff. So that causes cyanide poisoning, which interferes with the respiration of tissues. Again, cyanogenic glycoside can be removed by means of washing, germination, and moreover, they are present in safe limits. Another toxic substance is hemagglutinins, which are otherwise called as phytoagglutinins or lectins, which are commonly seen in all beans and grams. Hemagglutinins, they interfere with the action of enzymes, causing indigestion, and this results in poor growth, and that reduces your food intake, and that combines with the cells in intestinal wall and RBC, impair the absorption of amino acids. So altogether, it is a very important anti-nutrient which inhibits the absorption and utilization of nutrients. However, this toxin is also a heat-labile toxin which can be easily destroyed or inactivated by means of heating. Other toxins are saponins and goitrogens. Saponins are again present in almost all the grams and pulses. They form lather or foam when shaken with water, which we can absorb when we wash pulses. And saponins are a type of glycosides of high molecular weight, and they cause nausea and vomiting, and they can be easily eliminated by soaking prior to cooking. And goitrogens, they are the substances which interfere with iodine uptake by thyroid gland. Thiocyanate, isothiocyanates and derivatives were present in the legumes like soybean, groundnuts, and these substances, they lead to the precipitation of goiter. Another toxic substance is tannin. Tannins are nothing but condensed polyphenolic compounds. They are usually seen in the seed coat, and we can see in almost all the legumes, the seed coat of all legumes. And the tannins, they interfere with iron absorption. They interfere with the digestion of trypsin and alpha amylase. They bind with protein and reduces their availability to the body. Since they are present in the seed coat, they can be easily removed once the seed coat is removed. And in case of pulses, there is no problem. In case of tannins, since they are split darts. That's all about the toxic constituents of pulses. Thank you.